went up just 10 measly cents over the past year to $19.85. So in Canadians, whether they're going to get it or not is another question, but they're planning to ask for a raise. All right, meantime, we've got some news out of the fast food sector today. McDonald's marking the 50th anniversary of the Big Mac. To do so, they are coming out with a bacon Big Mac in Canada because, of course, the last thing you need on your Big Mac is bacon. But Big Mac facts for you. They first started serving the sandwich in 1968. It had two previous names, the Aristocrat and the Blue Ribbon Burger. But McDonald's felt customers couldn't properly pronounce those two names, so settled on the Big Mac. It's used as an economic tool, used to measure the purchasing power parity, because the ingredients are so ubiquitous across countries. And those in Quebec eat more Big Macs than do those in other Canadian provinces. McDonald's actually in with earnings today. Stocks down on fear that the dollar menu could be a drag on growth. McDonald's lower by 3.7% right now. Global same-store sales did grow, though, at the fastest pace in 6 years. Investors taking a bite out of Wall Street. The Dow is down 328 points to 26,107 amid rising bond yields. Healthcare stocks taking a hit. United Health down 4.25%. Pfizer's down 3.25%. S&P down 28. The Nasdaq down 58 points. TSX down 122 to 15,972. With oil down more than $1, $64.35. Canadian dollars up at 81.14 cents U.S. At the Business Center, I'm Richard Southern.
Hi, I'm Mark Leroy, COO of Grand Touring Automobiles. Our new flagship facility at 777 Dundas Street East is now open. We are proud to represent the best brands in the world: Aston Martin, Bentley, Bugatti, Jaguar, Land Rover, Lamborghini, and Rolls-Royce, all under one roof. Featuring a 40-bay workshop with the best technician, latest equipment, and a world-class customer service team. Visit GrandTouringAutos.com or stop in and see for yourself. Exceptional luxury service. Live grand.
439 Visa Nova. 439 Visa Nova.
Ciao, Dominic Primucci here. The big game is the perfect time to get together with family, friends, and our mouth-watering oven-baked pizzas, wedges, and wings. So from our family to yours, cheer on your favorite team and taste the difference.
439 Visa Nova. 439 Visa Nova.
It's time for the 680 News Vacation Travelers Forecast, brought to you by redtag.ca. Escape the cold weather with redtag.ca's massive reductions on thousands of vacation packages with up to 50% off last-minute deals. Plan your perfect winter vacation today at redtag.ca.
Sunshine in Vegas, a high of 22. Mix of sun and cloud Los Angeles, a high of 27. It's 3:30.
Number one for news in Toronto. This is 680 News.
Here are Jenna Simenzik and James Monroe.
Good afternoon. This is Tuesday, January 30th. In for Jana, I'm Claire Broussard.
Sunny skies in downtown Toronto, -9 at Pearson with the winds feels like -18. Here's what's making news right now.
In the wake of the Bruce McArthur murder charges, Mayor Tory wants to meet with members of the LGBTQ community.
Address the broader issue of the community and its relationship with the police.
But he says police will not be a part of that meeting.
He was a coach in other cities.
A Mississauga gymnastics coach has been suspended after being charged in connection with a sexual assault investigation involving a teenager.
The TTC bills itself as the better way, but this morning's commute was an absolute nightmare. Massive rush hour delays at a number of stations on Line 1, drawing outrage from stranded riders.
He pleaded guilty to child porn charges, and now he's dead. ABC's Jason Nathanson with more on what happened to one of the stars of Glee, coming up.
It is game night at the Air Canada Centre. Raptors will take on Andrew Wiggins and the Timberwolves. Maple Leafs hit the ice at MasterCard today. Sports at 45.
Super Bowl 5 days away, but some commercials already trickling out. We'll play you some of the best ones. TSX down 120. The Dow takes a big hit, down 328 points. Business at 56.
News time, 3:31.
Traffic and weather together on the one. Here's Victoria Wilson. This report is
brought to you by Monte Carlo Inns, getting a number of calls from traffic bars about a ladder on the northbound 427 now north of the 401 in the left lane. The MTO has been notified. They're on their way to go pick that up. Again, that's northbound 427 north of the 401, ladder in the left lane. Watch out for that. And a little bit of volume on the northbound 427 now from Rexdale to about Finch. Westbound on the 403 at Mississauga Road. We do still have the HOV lane blocked because of a collision. Emergency crews on scene. It's just crawling now from Eglinton and the collectors because of that. Northbound on the DVP 404 combo. We have delays here from Dundas through to north of Lawrence. Again, from Steeles to about north of Major Mackenzie. Problems on the westbound 401 approaching Avenue in the Express in the left lane. Backed up now from the 404 alternately Express and collectors. And then once you're past there, typical volume building from Islington in the Express through to Dixon. West of the 410 Express and collectors to about west of Mavis. Eastbound on the 401, the problem approaching Highway 25 is gone, but it is still a little bit of a slow go approaching Kelso. And eastbound 401, the ramp to Warden still very slow going, all because of problems northbound on Warden approaching the 401 in the right lane, backing that up from approaching Ellesmere. Just in time for Valentine's. Right now, save 20% on a luxury suite at Monte Carlo Inns. Go to montecarloinns.com and enter the promo code WINTER. And now with the forecast, meteorologist Natasha Ramsahai.
It's going to be a chilly night tonight, just a tad below seasonal as we drop to -12, wind chill -18, and we'll have increasing cloud not until after midnight. So with that thickening cloud cover, we are prepping ourselves for some flurries in the morning, starting shortly after 8 a.m. or so, and then we'll turn that into some light snow through the middle of the day. And 1 to 3 centimeters, a couple of spots across the North GTA could approach 4 centimeters, but it's going to be limited because temperatures are climbing to 1, so we even have a slight chance of mixing in some light rain right along the lakeshore. We'll have southwest winds gusting up to 40 kilometers per hour. Overnight tonight, we're down to a low of -12. It is currently -8 in Woodbridge, -10 in Oshawa.
680 News Time, 3:33.
Mayor Tory is reaching out to people in the city's gay village who feel like they've been let down by police.
680's Mo McCarthy tells us it's in connection with the murders of men from that area and the arrest of alleged killer Bruce MacArthur.
Inside the LGBTQ community, there is some outrage directed at Toronto police, with some saying that they've been telling officers for a long time that they believed a serial killer was at work, but they were ignored. Now, Mayor Tory wants to set up a meeting with community leaders to talk about it.
It is mostly about the important question of maintaining the trust that exists between all parts of this community, without exception, and the police service, because if that breaks down, the rest of it almost doesn't matter.
But Tory says Toronto police will not be part of this meeting.
And it's not because we don't want them to hear it, it's because people have to feel comfortable coming to these meetings and speaking very frankly. And there are times when people don't feel as frankly. It's human nature. You don't feel as frankly being critical of somebody who's sitting in the room.
Tory says he will be sharing what goes on in the meeting with Police Chief Mark Saunders. I'm Oman Qureshi.
A gymnastics coach is facing a string of charges after being arrested in connection with a sexual assault investigation involving a teenager in Peel Region. 680's Phil Martino joins us live now with more from police. Phil.
Claire, Peel Regional Police say a 15-year-old girl came forward to report several sex-related criminal acts that she says happened over a 4-year period between herself and her gymnastics coach. Constable Bancroft Wright tells me investigators believe there may be more victims.
There were other cities that he coached, or he was a coach in other cities.
28-year-old Scott McFarlane of Mississauga has turned himself into police. He's facing 5 charges, including sexual assault and child luring. Police say he was an active gymnastics coach in Peel. He also coached in Oakville, Ottawa, and Western Canada. McFarlane has been suspended indefinitely by Gymnastics Ontario. CEO Dave Sanford says Gymnastics Ontario has policies that are in place for the screening of coaches who work with the athletes, and McFarlane was screened at the club level.
It's disappointing, but I think 99.99% of the people are good people. Like our sport has a lot of benefits. So it's just, I think it's one of those isolated instances that have occurred, and it's just disappointing.
According to Sanford, the initial suspension came in October of last year when a complaint was made against McFarlane about his conduct. They suspended him indefinitely when they learned about the charges laid by police. You can see the accused photo on our 680 News website. Phil Martino, 680 News.
It was a nightmare of a ride into work for many commuters on the TTC's Line 1 this morning. A pile of issues on the Yonge University line caused subway problems to pile up, just as advocates launched a day of action calling on City Council to do more to address overcrowding. 680's Casey Taylor joins us live with the latest. Casey.
James, riders shared their frustration online. Photos and videos showing people packed shoulder to shoulder, filling stairwells, escalators, and platforms. Many pushed right to the edge of the yellow safety line as full and empty trains rushed by. The mayhem coming as transit advocates launched a day of action targeting what they say is City Hall's lack of action to address overcrowding. TTC Riders Executive Director Sheila Pizy-Allen says the mayor needs to open up the city's purse and deal with the issue now.
Last week, the Budget Committee approved $1 million for better service, but the TTC needs $12.5 million to adhere to its own crowding standards.
Tory, meantime, says council is focused on improving service.
And the trend lines generally are positive, but there are days like today that are exceptions to that, and we've got to make sure that we sort of exercise our due diligence in every way that we can to make sure those things don't happen, period.
The TTC has yet to respond to requests for comment. Reporting live, Casey Taylor, 680 News.
680 News Time 3:37. A big announcement today by the newly appointed interim leader of the Ontario Progressive Conservatives. 680 Sarah Parrott tells us Vic Fideli will not be running for the permanent position. Fideli broke the news today while announcing a shuffle in his party's critic portfolios.
I will work exclusively as interim leader. That means there's no room for a leadership bid from me.
Fideli says in the 5 days he's been interim leader, he's come to find out the party structure is in much worse shape than previously thought.
There are concerns involving our internal reporting, membership lists, and the security of our information technology systems. Fixing this will be a massive undertaking, but it is absolutely essential and absolutely doable if we're to win the next election.
Fideli promised he will fix the problems within the party system and root out any rot that has been manifesting. I'm Sarah Parrott.
680 News Time 3:38. One of the stars of the hit TV show Glee, who is facing child porn charges, has died.
Mark Salling played bad boy Noah Puckerman on Glee.
I gave it to him. $500. It's most of my seed money for LA.
Since the show went off the air in 2015, Salling has faced some serious problems. He was awaiting sentencing on child porn charges and was looking at several years in jail and would have had to register as a sex offender. He pleaded guilty to the charges and sentencing was set for next month. Mark Salling was 35. Jason Nathanson, ABC News.
Coming up in 30 seconds, city streets and a check on gas prices.
680 News Time 3:39.
If life were like the new hit or miss lottery game, you would cheer when your favorite player struck out. You'd be thrilled to bowl badly.
Yes! Gutter ball!
And you'd miss the right notes every time you were jamming. Because in the new hit or miss lottery game, missing can be a good thing.
Win $250,000 by matching all or none of your numbers. Buy the new hit or miss lottery game in-store today. Download the OLG Lottery app to watch the draws.
On city streets, watch out for a stalled vehicle eastbound Steeles at Bayview in the center lane, and a collision northbound Warden approaching the 401 is blocking the right lane. Now the 680 News gas price update, and for predicts price of gas will go up 1 cent at midnight to $1.28.9 a liter at most GTA stations.
680 News Time 3:40.
Lawyers are not accountants. If you have tax problems, you need a chartered professional accountant on your side. Call Mark Feldstein and Associates. Mark Feldstein specializes in unfiled tax returns, amending tax returns, undeclared income, negotiations with CRA, audits and appeals, voluntary disclosures. When the CRA comes calling, get markfeldstein.ca to fight back today. Visit Mark Feldstein online at markfeldstein.ca or call from your mobile now at #tax. That's the #tax.
So we thought about it. With these high mutual fund fees, our returns are just too low, and we've decided to move our RSPs.
It's your money, but trust me, it's probably not the best move.
Not the best move for who? For me and my family? Or for you?
It's time to ask tough questions about your money. Retire wealthier with Questrade. Visit Questrade.com to learn more. Questrade. Keep more of your money.
680 News Time, 341.
Traffic and weather together on the one. Here's Victoria Williston.
This report is brought to you by Queen's MBA in Toronto. Watch out northbound on the 427. North of the 401, we're still hearing about a ladder in the left lane. The MTO has been notified. They're on their way to go pick it up. And once you're past that, normal volume building from about Rexdale through to Finch. Westbound on the 403, the problem at Mississauga Road, it is gone. But the delays now start from about Eglinton and the collectors all the way through to Mississauga Road. Westbound on the Gardiner heading out of downtown. We have delays approaching Jarvis through to west of Strawn. A bit of a break, and then it does bunch up again approaching Park Lawn to about Royal York. Kipling Express and collectors through to the 427, where the delays now continue along through west of here, Ontario. You'll also find delays on the westbound QEW from Ford Drive to about Royal Windsor, and it is building now from Bronte through to west of Guelph Line. Westbound on the 401, the problem approaching Avenue and the Express. It's clear, but the delays now from the 404, alternately Express and collectors. Eastbound on the 401, it is still a slow go.
I'm never gonna let you close to me, even